Welcome. In this video, we want to look at biomass energy. In this video, you will learn the following: biomass, what it's all about, sources of biomass, uses of biomass, biomass for power generation, biomass energy conversion and consumption, and generation of electricity using wastage water. What is biomass? Biomass is a substance of organic material produced by organisms, including plants and animals. It is a biological material that is obtained from biological processes, such as photosynthesis by producer. And let's look at biomass producer. It varies based on ecosystem. If we consider land ecosystem, the biomass that we can use is terrestrial plant. And if we consider ocean ecosystem, the biomass here is algae. So biomass producer varies from one ecosystem to another. And because it varies from one ecosystem to another, let's look at factors that affect the producer, biological producer, and visible fluctuation in the production. One of it is the ecosystem. We say the environmental condition influence the production. In the case of the land ecosystem, the environmental condition affects the terrestrial plant. Even in the case of the ocean ecosystem, the environmental condition affects the producer, the algae. Then the other one is the community. Species interaction affects production, both in the land ecosystem and in the ocean ecosystem. And the third factors that affect the fluctuation is the biome. And large-scale climate pattern impact production. Changes in climatic parameters, climatic variables affect producer in the land ecosystem and also in the ocean ecosystem. So these are the three major factors that affect the producer in the land ecosystem and also in the ocean ecosystem. Okay, what is not biomass? We have looked at biomass, that they are biological materials. One thing that is not biomass, fossil fuel is not a biomass. We have earlier said that fossil fuel, they are materials formed from the plant or animal remains for millions or millions of years. So fossil fuel is not a biomass because they are not biological materials. Also, materials from geological processes. Through geological processes, organic materials may be transformed, like the case of fuel. So things produced from geological processes, we cannot consider them as what? Biomass. So fossil fuel and processes involving the geological processes, they are not biomass. So let's see sources of biomass, having seen what is a biomass and what is not biomass. One of it is forest product waste. Byproduct from logging and wood processing. They are sources of biomass. Also, agricultural residue, leftover from farming activities. All those things that we have from farming activities, processing of farm produce, they are sources of biomass. Also, organic materials from household and commercial waste. There are also examples of biomass. Then plastic, recycled plastic material for energy conversion. They are also sources of biomass. Then we have green debris, yard waste like leaves and grass clipping. So those debris from home, they are biomass. Food trash, organic waste from kitchen and restaurant, they are also biomass. Then we have paper, recycled paper product for energy generation. They are sources of biomass. And we have a cupboard, paper-based material used in packaging. All these are sources of biomass. We say they are organic materials. So these are sources of biomass. Okay, let's look at uses of biomass. We use biomass as raw materials, biomass used for furniture and paper. We use biomass as cosmetic chemical used in cosmetic product. We use biomass as feed additive, chemical used to feed animals. Then we use it as bioplastic, chemical used to create bioplastic. Petrochemical product, biomass can be converted into chemicals. Into energy production, we use biomass for electricity and heat generation. Also food crop, biomass used for food production. So these are ways in which we can use biomass. Okay, let's look at biomass for power generation. Most of the biomass can be converted into energy by combustion. The application of this energy are the generation of heat, electricity, or the impulse of means of transport. Example of biomass for power generation, let's look at them. Okay, animal fat. We use animal fat. Animal fat from animals. We use it for energy production. Wood pellet. Compressed wood chips is used for efficient burning. Also, sugarcane, byproduct of sugarcane production is used as biomass for energy. Also, corn, grains and starch converted into biofuel. We use all this as what? Biomass in generation of energy. So, rapeseed oil, oil extracted from rapeseed is used for biodiesel. Also, from palm oil, oil from palm fruit, from palm fruit, is used in various applications. So these are various biomass that we use for generation of heat or electricity. Let's look at biomass energy consumption, conversion and consumption. For instance, burning of plant waste is used to generate energy. Example, paper, wood, and organic waste is burned to generate energy. So through that, we convert it and we equally use at the end. Co-combustion, burning biomass along fossil fuel in power plant. Also, biomass fireplace, using biomass for heating. Example, combustion in chimney, wood stoves, pellet stove, charcoal consumption. So all these are examples of biomass. We use it in the conversion and also in our consumption. These days, firewood, charcoal, they are the major source of energy, particularly in the rural area. Also, biomass boiler is used in the generation of electricity and heat from the biomass. Then we have biogas, producing methane from organic waste, sewage treatment plant, manure, co-fermentation. All these are ways that we convert and also consume biomass. Then we have liquid biofuel, using biofuel like biopetrol and biodiesel. So all these are ways in which we can convert and also consume biomass. Okay, let's look at generation of electricity using wastage water. Wastage water in the metropolitan and also big city can be used to generate electricity using hydro dam. And the biogas of city wastage obtained from the hydro dam can be used to produce electricity using gas generator. So we can use wastage water to produce electricity. So this is one of the ways that we can use. This is sewage slug. Here, wastage water is put in this tank, and from here, it flows into a digestion tank, and heat is being applied, heat from cogeneration plant, and after heating in the digestion tank, the solid waste is used in agriculture, while the gas is being channeled to a gas compressor, and from there to a gasometer, and it flows into this generator. And from here, the gas being produced is used for internal combustion and input into a network. So this is how we can use wastewater, sewage, as a biogas in generation of electricity. So let's look at biomass energy plant in operation.
We all know that it takes a lot of fuel to keep our country running, right? Cars, trucks, planes, trains. What if we could develop a homegrown renewable source for those fuels? Well, good news. We already are. We can create clean, renewable transportation fuels from plants, trees, and a range of other organic materials. In other words, biomass. Okay, so biomass is organic material from forest thinnings and wastes, from crops grown to produce energy, and from other renewable energy sources like algae that can all be converted into fuels. Scientists and engineers are finding new ways to make biofuels that can take the place of conventional fuels like gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Here's where biofuels have a great advantage. They can be made from leftovers or waste products. For example, non-edible biomass sources like wheat straw and corn cobs are often left over from agricultural production, and some can actually be used to create fuel. And in the near future, crops can be grown specifically for energy, like fast-growing trees and grasses. Right now, biorefineries with new technologies are being built to convert biomass into fuel, power, and even bioproducts, like plastics, soaps, and cosmetics. And many biofuels can be seamlessly integrated into existing vehicles and fueling systems for diesel, gasoline, and even jet engines. So, how does it work? Essentially, biomass solids are broken down and then refined into biofuels. There are a lot of ways to do this. Enzymes can be used to break down biomass into liquid sugars. Then microbes, like yeast, ferment those sugars into renewable fuel. Extreme heat can break down biomass too. When you take oxygen out of the mix, biomass is rapidly broken down to a bio-crude oil that can be refined into biofuels. Add a little bit of oxygen to extreme heat, and biomass solids are converted to a gas, and that gas can be converted into biofuel. As technology develops, researchers at the U.S. Department of Energy and its national laboratories are working to make biofuels more efficient. Sustainable biomass resources, more effective enzymes, organisms, and catalysts all help to bring down the costs of producing biofuels. The end result is fuel you can use anywhere, or any way that you would use petroleum-based fuel. Homegrown biofuels, clean and renewable, and a big step forward for America's energy security.